Hello. In today's video, I am going to be showing off this level I made. Disclaimer, do not watch this video until you play the level. The ID will be in the description. Okay, so now we're going to see what's in the level. So, right here, we're greeted with the start. As you can see, we have some very, very cool things right here. We have a switch. We have a spike. We have a switch. We have a pipe. We have all sorts of things. But it looks like we need to hit the switch. Death. What you really need to do here is just go really quickly. So if I run over to the pipe and then run, that happens. Now, the contraption for this, I have been modifying and shrinking for the longest of time. Finally made the decision to make this an only one-time use. And that's when it shrank. It could go smaller, like if you just made this cloud non-existent or just place a block here, but then you would get an annoying noise, and I don't want that. There's also a lot of contraptions up here. We'll see what each one of them does. Here we go. So now, you know, you go really quickly, and you die. That is a simple fish. Here's the fish. What happens is this guy starts moving repeatedly back and forward. Here, and then it's going to fly up here where it's safe. The reason why we need this path here is if I get rid of it, as you could probably tell, hitting the switch kills the fish. So we need the shell to go somewhere where it can't kill the fish. But what is the rest of these contraptions? This thing here. This thing here. This thing here. Well, if you've already played the level, you would know this. You would run over here, jump around the fish, and then you get blocked, and then it says, "Hey, go fast!" So, then you go fast, and beautiful! And there's two ways you can beat it. You can do this and come around here, which hits switch, preparing for the next part of the level. Here we go. Or you can do the more fun way and go around the fish and over here, which also hits a switch. What happens is there's a mole contraption up here, as I call it. When a switch is hit, the mole will fall down here and is prepared to destroy this bomb and hit a switch. But we need it to be only when a switch is hit, so when you walk on over here, it doesn't trigger switch. Now that you know that, what's this? Well, a weird thing is if you come over here and you hit this switch and stand here, coming around here does not actually trigger the switch. So you need a thwomp to hit the switch, but only in this case here. In the next screen, we have more contraptions. Well, let's just see what happens. So, you walk on over here. Shoot, I need to hit the switch. After you decide to hit the switch, death. My brother actually fell for this the second time he hit the switch. So you hit the switch and you run as fast as you can, and it says, haha, you actually needed to hit it twice! You see what happens is the first time you hit the switch, it automatically hits it again. So basically you hit the switch, but once that happens, this mole can actually move to here, which moves it in turn to here. Once the mole is here, once you pass this block here, the mole will drop a muncher onto the P-switch. Once a P-switch is activated, a bomb will blow up, triggering this POW block, which will drop all the coins in the process. So let's watch this one in slow motion. So yeah, that's how that contraption works. In the next room, we have this. The first troll, simple. Auto scroll, where you can get a glimpse of the mess happening up here. There aren't actually really any complicated contraptions in this screen, but there are some very funny trolls in my opinion. If you decide to actually use Z. Auntie. So then when you actually do the smart thing and you jump over here and go into this door, you're greeted with this not suspicious checkpoint 1. You have checkpoint 1 and the room is not made out of destructible blocks that will make you fall straight down into CP1 and death zone and blah blah blah. There's also totally no way you can get back in this door or back in the pipe. There's not a pipe up here. There's nothing suspicious here. Okay, so then you get checkpoint 1. You run down here. And you're greeted with Yoshi. There's actually no trolls in here whatsoever. Absolutely none to be had. There is absolutely no trolls in here. None whatsoever. Once you get past this very easy room, you're greeted with whatever just happened there. This looks like the CP1 room, but let's just not think about that too hard. Okay, so what's happening here? We have blocks, we have whatever this thing is here, we have a door, we have whatever's happening up here, there's track, coins, and there's a spike. So you run on over and use Z. So then you go into here again, and now you know, avoid the death. Avoid the death, he said. So then you jump up here, and your only option is to hit this mysterious note block. So you hit it, and a switch gets hit. Now this is where things get really crazy. You go in the door, and then all of a sudden, it shows in your face there is actually an invisible block right here. That was so obvious. And wow, now you're stuck up here with this absolutely horrendous ante. That's just an ante going into it. I've been practicing this ante. Watch me go. See? Practice. Practice makes perfect. Okay, so then after you get that ante, you go into the door and you hit the very obvious block where now you're able to get small. Then you jump up here and you're wondering, do I hit it again? And you die. Very simple contraptions up here. We have a thwomp that hits the block. The reason why the thwomp needs to be this high is because if it's here, automatically hits the P switch. And this is actually a really neat contraption. This spring falls here, which will only spawn if the switch starts out off. I don't remember why I need to do that, but I need to do that. So the spring will fall here, and then when a P switch is activated,
here we go.
It'll hit the block, which will have this muncher fall at a very specific time, which I've found new people that, like, my brother, because he's my only playtester, my brother would go extremely cautiously So he would stand here for a little bit and make the courage to get up here. And when he got up here, the muncher would fall immediately. So they made it take a while for the muncher to actually fall. But why a mushroom? It's actually a mushroomized fire flower, which how these work, if you didn't know, is when you're small, they are a mushroom, but when you're big, they are a fire flower. So what happens is when you come here big, the fire flower just sits here, does nothing, doesn't drop the muncher. But if it's a mushroom, it'll come on over here and fall and come over here and hit the block. Very simple. Okay, so when you finally come back here, when you get there as small, here small and you hit it, the switch does get hit, and then there's this, and then you go in the pipe, and oh shoot, I needed a mushroom! Yay! So then you go in the door, anti-soft lock time. You have to crouch into this, and then finally, death! I found this setup here, right here, puts the cannon at a perfect height that makes it force you to crouch in everything besides Mario Bros. 3D World for obvious reasons, and at original SMB, there it's way easier, but in Mario World and New Suit Deluxe, you have, it only moves you every 2 jumps, and holding Y it moves you 2 pixels. And I'm mashing pretty quickly here. Probably not as fast as other people. Hopefully they take forever to win. So, then you finally decide you actually want to come here with a mushroom, which people will come here and realize, oh, there's a mushroom right there. And I rather wonder where the mushroom was. Z, don't Z for obvious reasons. So, as you can see here, we have whatever this stuff is. We have contraptions up there. So many contraptions. We have whatever this bomb thing is here. We have whatever this is. It looks like this block could destroy it, triggers a power block. We have a angry flying wiggler here with a bomb up here. We have a thwomp and a thing here, and we have a coin with an on-off switch. It looks like it could blow up. What are the purposes of these contraptions and why aren't they hidden? Well, let's see. I jump over here. And then I jump over here. Shoot! What just happened? So then you come over here and you go on this. Oh wow, there's a different path. Let me get. Oh whoa, what just happened? So now it's another one of these! Found a super duper easy and consistent strategy for this. You get all the way over here and you can build up momentum! And you can get really far. As long as you do it correctly, like I should be doing. There we go! Finally! Okay, so what happened was this is the only real contraption. The swarm just comes down and hits the P-switch. This is the only real block. Now you just wait for the P-switch to be over. Fun, I don't want to do this anymore. Now you can come down here, go in the door, and oh my gosh, checkpoint 2! Finally! What's over there? So, then you fall into whatever this room is. Whoa, there's coins raining all over me. What do I do here? There's just a pit of death, but I could go back in the pipe, but that can't be right. Yay. What if I go down here? Whoa! I can actually be down. Whoa, I can jump up here. Now, which pipe is right? I bet the wrong pipe is a CP1. Now, I'll just pick a pipe at random totally, and I'm not gonna take you on purpose to the CP1. Oh no! I picked the CP1 pipe! No, I have to get CP1. I'm totally not showing you the CP1 contraption. So you fall, and you're like, oh no, it's CP1. Wait, I see a cheese. I'm gonna do the cheese, I guess. I'll fix it afterwards. Ah! Woo, now I just die! But turns out, this was actually CP2! So that'll respawn you at CP1. But what exactly happened there? It took the most amount of time creating this level. I have no life. This abomination of a CP1 setup. Oh my gosh. These bombs here, when the switch is set to off, these bombs can spawn and fall down, breaking some blocks here in the process, which are that's why these semi-solids are placed where they are. So, it turns out both these pipes take you to CP1. I might actually move them down. Sad. So, then once that happens, these launchers can actually spawn, making it look like a completely different room. Very genius. So then what happens is there are sound effects here, which mask the sound of getting the checkpoint. You can't hear the checkpoint. So you fall down a pit and you find, and these launchers are here so you can't walk and go in the pipe or find a way to go in the door. And you have to jump up here. Then you can go in either one of these pipes. Both of them lead to the same room, but actually different rooms. Look at this. So it doesn't matter which pipe you go in. So you go in the door, which makes you fall here, which will break these blocks, making this look like a CP1. But what happens once you actually get the CP1 in quotes, you basically respawn here, and every time you respawn at this checkpoint, you're able to actually go here, requiring a dev exit, unfortunately. Okay, here's my favorite room. I love this room so much. So, we have a thwomp here, we have shinies up here, we have a switch here, and we have a door we can't enter here. So, we jump up here, and we're like, woo, what? I want the shiny! Turns out that was an upward thwomp, dummy! Upward thwomp! This is how you make an upward thwomp! Beautiful!
Here we go.
So basically the upward thwomp is just, wow, it's just this contraption again. Reuse the same contraption, well, not reuse. So as you can see, there is a thwomp right here. Why am I using this cursor? I don't know. But there is a thwomp right here. which flings this thwomp upward. What are these springs here for, and what is this switch here for? My evil genius, that's what they
Here
are
we
for.
go.
So you jump up here, and then you run over to the door. Uh-oh, let's just trigger the thwomp again. Uh-oh! Now, it is actually possible to get in this door, but we'll see what happens when you do that. Here is the contraption. I'm gonna use this cursor again because it's way easier for me. So, we have this thing here, which doesn't move, meaning you can hit the switch twice. Once you hit the switch the first time, this spring will fall down here. Then once you hit the switch again, the spring will go up here and then fall down here and let this vibrate. Blah, 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 blah. Once that happens, when the switch is hit, it'll come over here, hit this switch, and then come back here. Meaning endlessly. It'll just keep endlessly hitting the switch.
Here we go.
So, what if you
Here we
actually
go.
don't trigger the thwomp? You could go in this door, and there's the bomb. Now, oh my gosh, we have two options. We have this obviously wrong answer. We have this obviously right answer, because you're not even supposed to see that. Mwahaha. So as you can see, you hit this, and you yeet the bomb. No, this was the obviously right answer. No, 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 I've been trolled. Benevolence. Yes, I finally did a benevolent troll. Benevolent level creator. That flagpole is hard to get. Benevolent! Here is the contraption for this. But why is this muncher here? That doesn't make sense. It's for
Here we go.
anti-cheese. If you come over here and you actually get into the door, as you can see, now the switch is at a different state. You can no longer continue and you just have to die. But how does the B switch get active? Because
Here we go.
as you can see, when you get the bomb, which I'm just gonna cheese here. When you get the bomb and then blow up this, a P switch gets activated. But why does a P switch get activated? How does a P switch get activated? Well, the P switch is required for this bomb to fall, and then when the bomb falls, it'll wait until the P switch untriggers for it to blow up this block. That's why. But how? Well, this here. But why doesn't it trigger before? Because scroll stop. Once it moves like 1 pixel or whatever, it'll actually just trigger this. And boom. So, after that, I actually don't know what happened. After that, it doesn't matter what path you pick, as long as you pick a path and not death. Now, as you can see, the P switch gets triggered on both ends. And you're probably just going to get the flagpole before the P switch ends, and you'll never know there was a benevolent troll there. Unless you stand there and be like, oh my gosh, the flagpole. The flagpole! Woo! That's the level! Yay! This did not take me like forever!